Hey, Magic Cube fans, we are back on day 4 of CubeCon. The finals, we are watching the finals of our top 64. The winner of this match, or the top 64 draft we're covering, the winner of this match will go on to the top 8. On your left, we have Garrett Rubenstein playing a deck I've called Ruckus Ramp. It's a green-red, or green-blue, mostly mono-green ramp deck. Featuring Treachery, Hydrocrisis, Reality Chip. Yeah, lots of other good stuff. And on the right, we have Caleb Durward, who is been on your screen for the last 2 rounds if you've been following along with us. Playing a deck I called Nyack Carnivan. It is another rampy deck, red, green, white, and goes all the way up to 7. We go from Regavan to Karn, and it's got a lot of just amazing payoffs for his ramp, including Elish Norn, Karn, Elspeth.
So Garrett's also going to at least 7. He has Turntimber Symbiosis, Titan of Industry, and Endray's Forerunners, as well as Hydroid Crisis at the top. So both decks are, green acceleration and then some mid-range stuff and some big stuff. Where I think Caleb has the advantage is his stuff has a lot of haste, and Garrett's kind of trying to rely on some Garrix to bridge his mid-game. I think Caleb's going to be pretty good at threatening those planeswalkers. So that's kind of what I would worry about if I were Garrett, is how I'm going to get to my top end and also not get trumped by cards like Karn.
Well, as a Garrick super fan, I'm in Garrett's corner here.
What do you as a Garrick player usually do about Glorybringers?
Oof. Dragons, we don't like them dragons. Yeah, that could be a rough point. Looks like we're going to the game. Caleb is going to start out with a turn 1 Regavan off a mountain.
It's not what I'm assuming Garrett was hoping to see.
No, he better hope he has some kind of Llanowar Elf here.
Gilded Goose does not match up quite right against Regavan.
No, it does not. Nice Goose gift. All right, Caleb's gonna search his deck. No, he's looking at his sideboard, I think.
He's looking for a token, probably.
Oh, for a treasure?
And or food.
Foods and treasure will be flying any second now.
Caleb has a lot of A's in his name.
Yeah, I told Mike that.
All better.
All right.
Regavan finds
a breeding pool.
I believe Regavan doesn't use those.
He only casts spells, right?
Yeah.
Gonna get a treasure. And still work as a mana elf of sorts.
Pass.
Yep, guard and pass.
A mana elf that can store it up.
Yeah. That's what they do now, and that's what mana creatures do now. They put treasures into play instead of tapping for mana.
Garrett's gonna wild growth his forest.
Fertile ground is other forest.
Okay. Some good sticky ramp. Caleb can't kill that with a burn spell.
And
he could play a free Garrick next turn if he has.
That's the turn. Here comes Regavan for another attack for the top of Garrett's deck. No help though, just a treasure. That's all he gets. A single treasure. Running, terrible, miserable. And
he's gonna sack 1 treasure and play Chandra, first planeswalker to hit the board if you don't count Regavan.
Yep.
And that's kill the goose.
That's gonna get his goose. Goose got. And Caleb thinking about maybe following up with something, but passing the turn to Garrett.
what can he do with
Garrett's still got
four
four
mana?
mana and a food.
Plays a third land, 5th mana.
And that looks like a noble hierarch.
Yes, it is.
Modded up. Or maybe foiled. And a
nice
Sylvan Library.
That's I don't know how much life he's going to want to pay.
A classic card advantage engine. Unfortunately, Caleb already has 2 card advantage engines in play. Caleb thought hard about that Sylvan Library when he saw it. I think that's what he's talking about right now.
Strong card, but worse against aggressive red creatures.
Yeah.
Ragavan attacking.
Ragavan coming in for 2 more. 3 Ragavan hits, 3 misses.
Sylvan will allow Garrett to decide what Ragavan finds.
Yes, he will. That's pretty important.
Yeah, the Ragavan's kind of good for the Sylvan because it lets him get rid of cards that he doesn't want.
Yeah. Maybe Caleb will want to attack after a couple Sylvan activations.
I think it's still worth it for the 2 damage.
And the treasure.
Yeah. And that's a coercive portal from Caleb because he needed more card advantage engines.
Yes. Not drawing enough cards over here.
And a wall of omens, speaking of drawing cards.
So I'm guessing no big haymakers in Caleb's hand because he definitely could have played them there if he had them, right?
Well, do you count coercive portal as a...
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
that's just drawing more cards.
Caleb's setting up to grind against this Sylvan Library, which is severely outclassed. 9 mana worth of card drawing to 2 mana worth of card drawing.
But it is Sylvan Library, right?
Yeah.
Take 4, Garrett.
Just on principle.
All right, he's putting 2 back.
Coward.
Hopefully putting the land on top.
Ooh, fetching away
fetching.
Ooh, doesn't get to stack the Ragavan.
You think we'll get a full Carnivan game?
I now understand the name. Well, he's positioned to find it, I suppose. And
that is a Titan of Industry.
That's one of Yard's best cards, I think.
Which
can kill the coercive portal and do some other things.
Does lots of things.
Yep, he does kill the coercive portal, and it's probably either getting a shield or a beast. Or whatever it is, a 4/4 Rhino.
Yeah, it looks like probably 4/4 kill coercive portal, which is not bad. 11 power toughness.
Yeah, that will allow him to threaten the Chandra, and block the Ragavan. So it deals with all of the card advantage engines potentially.
Yes, it's absolutely handled everything Caleb will ever be able to do with one has done.
So what can Caleb do to deal with the giant elemental?
And 4/4.
Given that Caleb's not slamming answer, I wouldn't be surprised if we see an uptick on Chandra to find one.
Yeah, look at the top card. He's kind of, well, I guess he's not totally depending on that for his mana acceleration. He has 2 treasures in play still.
Yeah.
Thanks to the monkey stealing baubles for him.
If he doesn't have a land, he can't play a Karn if he hits it off the top.
He has the Avan. He says Ragavan.
Hard to know what Caleb's considering without knowing his hand here.
In the he must have some good option, some option if he's.
All right, we do see the Chandra plus, and it looks like it's for mana because he's not flipping a card.
Yeah. 2 red in the pool.
To play an Everflowing Chalice.
Playing Everflowing Chalice.
7 mana for a
Eleusis Norn.
Okay, so the Titan is now a 5/5, which means that it can't attack through Eleusis Norn into Karn or into Chandra. So we're kind of stable here. Neither player really has good attacks.
Is it trample too?
It is trample. So if you can find removal for Eleusis Norn, that'll really put him in the driver's seat.
Might be off to the races. What if he had the treachery? Ooh.
If he has treachery, Caleb's in trouble.
Yeah. Well, he does get to look at 3 brand new cards here. So we'll see if that produces anything. He's going to take 4. He's going to 7.
Found some business.
You did just see 1 good card on top. One of them looks like it was a forest, maybe. I don't think he drew the treachery.
You think that would be on the table?
He's passing the turn.
Keep what? 2 pass. He has Shark Typhoon as a possible instance.
Oh.
Not a bad one.
That would be a reason to pay 4 to get 1 extra land into play. Make your shark of not irrelevant size against the Eleusis.
I don't see anything else it could possibly be. So I'm guessing that we're going to see a Shark Typhoon cycle.
Putting him on Typhoon. The Eleusis Cube. Designed by our own John Terrell. He's going to play Sky Sovereign.
That plus Chandra is going to take down the Titan.
Zap the Titan, shoot it with the Chandra, bins the Chandra. He's going to attack with a 4/3 Ragavan.
And I think Eleusis Norn's also attacking. So if there is a shark here, it can be a 5/5, but that's actually a 3/3 against Eleusis Norn. So we have a 3/3 and a 2/2. The 3/3 can trade with Ragavan. And then Garrett will fall to 3 to the Eleusis Norn. And did he draw?
Did he draw? I don't think he drew a card up the cycle. Or was that his last card in his hand?
I don't think he was empty before he kept 2 off of Sylvan, right? He just played a land.
Okay. The boot Mike Hype is saying that they drew.
Okay, fair enough. So I guess he was empty.
Yeah, it was his only card. He's gonna play a 3/3 for 1. Yeah, there's 2 of every fetch land and shock land in the cube. All right, Garrett, pass to Garrett. He's gonna look at three new cards again because he cycled.
And now he's a lot further behind. Treachery is looking more like an out rather than win the game.
Yeah, I mean he'll still have a fairly large Sky Sovereign coming at him, and he's at 3. So I don't even know if Treachery does it at this point.
Yeah. It needs to be Treachery into something, or I don't need.
He has the Treachery.
All right. Where was that last turn?
Kel's going to crew up the Sovereign. Very smart.
Tap. That's nice.
Well, I mean, Caleb's not left with anything that can crew the Sovereign. That's the other thing, that Eleusis Norn might just keep him from being able to crew.
It looks like he didn't untap his lands, but he did attack with the 6/6.
Yeah, he didn't untap his lands. Interestingly. Still a pretty good card.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with Persuasion.
Still not a bad turn.
And he's going to sack the food. He's been hanging out, gain some life.
Oh, yeah, I guess he has the food.
If the phone will let him, there we go.
9-6, Caleb. Persuasion. All right. Caleb has Elspeth, which is going to kill his own Oceanorn, I think.
Both of Garrett's creatures.
Oh, yeah. You're true.
The gain life there was critical because otherwise the Elspeth could have made 3 things. Oh, no. You can't make 3 guys against Eleusis. That doesn't work out.
Yeah, that's not enough. Yeah. Not enough.
Okay, now what's Garrett going to do about this Sky Sovereign, which is now threatening lethal? Hydroid Krasis, that's the right thing to do.
It's something. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be a 6/6.
So
gain 3, draw 3.
Sovereign.
Well, Sylvan Library. Sylvan Library.
Yeah, this has been a good game. Garrett has cast most to all of his best cards. So
yes.
After this Sky Sovereign trades with the Krasis, I don't know what Garrett's going to be able to continue to top deck. But he does have 3 cards in hand plus the Sylvan Library, so
yeah, he doesn't have to block.
It's true.
But
I don't know if I like going to 3 against Caleb, but he can do whatever he wants.
Probably.
All right, does block.
Right. See a regrowth in his deck? That would be
It's too bad we
so
didn't
hot.
see that Treachery as a ramp spell to cast an even bigger Krasis.
Yeah. It's hard to do that, though.
I mean,
I guess
he just needed.
Oh yeah,
to
no, it would
have.
have. Yeah. What if he had the? He didn't have the Krasis, but like, what if he had it? Right, Garrett's thinking about his Sylvan here. Don't have to put them all back. He still has the Turn Timber, right? Is that...
He can find. I mean, he still has Endrace Forerunners. He still has those Garricks, but they're the boat's gone now. So Garrick isn't immediately dead if he finds a Garrick.
Yeah.
Voracious Hydra could put a large creature into play, but I don't know how that really gets through the Elspeth. Biogenic Ooze would not be bad here. Duskwatch Recruiter could find some business.
Looks like we're going to see a Turn Timber.
Can that find one of these other nice ones?
Let's find out.
Not a lot of cards in deck relative to what we're seeing
resets
here,
the Sylvan. Whiff. What a game, though. This is like a crazy amount of back and forth.
Yeah. A lot of haymakers.
The Turn Timber, it lets him look at the top 7 cards and gets to put
a creature into
one into play.
That's the Endrace Forerunners. So that's going to be able to, I believe that has haste itself, right? So that can kill the Elspeth. I think it has haste and trample.
Yes.
Oh, did he just go for Caleb? I guess Caleb is at 9. Yeah, he just attacked Caleb. That's reasonable.
Well, is it? I guess so. It does trample, right? If it doesn't trample, then it does make sense to go for Caleb. I guess it doesn't matter who he went for because he's going to have to block either way, right? He's definitely blocking with a wall.
Right. Oh, was it just a 9/9 vigilance haste here? Is that what's going on?
I think it might be. Can we?
Yeah.
Let's see Endraiser Forerunner for the folks at home.
It does have trample.
Caleb at 6. We just haven't updated the life total yet.
Oh, I see. Caleb is at 6. Okay, great.
It's a 7/7 with Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. and it gives +2/+2 to other creatures when it
Okay,
comes into
so
play.
it's just a 7/7 that is attacking Caleb. Got it. All right. Well, so Caleb played Vivian and made another 3/3. So now Caleb has enough blockers to take down the Forerunners. So Garrett's going to need to find something else if he wants to make progress here. That's a 3/3 Vigilance made by the Vivian.
All right, he's going to Sylvan Library here. Garrett just putting up an effort against this monstrosity Caleb has. Just like Caleb, it seems like he's just cast like a 2 or 3 for 1 every turn, and Garrett's just like hanging in there.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have blocked that Sky Sovereign, I think you would have won.
Oh, with the Flying Crisis? Or with the Crisis with the...
Yeah, because the Crisis would have got
Forerunner?
+2/+2, and
Well, so that's...
you would have played the Forerunner. Oh,
So that's 8, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they just gone to 3.
I mean, he doesn't know he's going to draw Endrazor or Turn Timber.
Well,
but
right, yeah, it was Turn Timber into Emperor there. Like,
I believe we're playing this round out till we have a winner. If you're wondering what happens if they draw, I don't think we're going to allow that to happen, since it's basically for the top 8.
this whole day shouldn't have draws, right? It's single limb.
Yeah, I think we set it up like that.
I don't know. I know it was 50-minute rounds. I don't know what the end of time procedure is, but there can't be a draw.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a Garrick Wildspeaker here. I saw his hand right.
Right.
My favorite Planeswalker of all time, Garrick Wildspeaker here. Don't know if it's enough against a Vivian and a 6-drop Elspeth.
No, that's 4 mana worth of Planeswalkers against 11 mana worth of Planeswalkers. But it did cost 0 mana.
Sylvan Caryatid and a Reality Chip.
All right. If we can stay alive for a little bit, we
He's
get
going to chip up.
Sight
I don't know.
on a hexproof creature, so that's not going anywhere. And there's Duskwatch Recruiter.
I guess he knew it was on top of his deck, so that would make sense. Okay. I was like, wait, put your wall on your other wall? Like, but this isn't, he's not out yet. He's got some tools in play.
Yeah, there are only 2 1/1s in play for Caleb right now. That's about to change, but
Yeah, he's about to add 5 more power toughness to the board if he wants.
as a floor.
Yeah, and the worst he can do is 5/5 onto the board.
It looks like a rip apart.
Rip up that
Kill the Reality Chip.
Rips up his chip. Chip Ripper. It's gonna make a 3/3 with an ability.
Presumably Vigilance again.
Probably Vigilance, and 3 more 1/1s.
What does Garrett have left in his deck?
Yeah. What can this Duskwatch Recruiter do?
Haven't we seen yet? I'm looking at his deck list. There's still the Biogenic Ooze and a Carnage Tyrant.
Oh, big Carney T.
Xandu Mammoth.
I don't know if Carnage Tyrant's enough here.
And the Voracious Hydra. And Tameo. Oh, he has Walking Ballista.
Oh.
A big Ballista could do some things here.
2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. 13 mana. If he gets Ballista,
It's just lethal?
14. He has 14 mana.
So Ballista will just kill Caleb if he finds it. I can't see that card in the glare. Did he reveal a Ballista?
I don't think it looked green to me.
Mammoth.
It's a Mammoth. I think he just has to stall.
It just
right?
has to stall until he can find Ballista and kill Caleb with it. Once upon a time,
Garrett's lived so far has lived through an Elishnorn, a Chandra. Elspeth Vivian.
Finds Biogenic Ooze.
Okay, that's going to make some blockers.
That's a strong one.
If stalling up the board was what we're looking for, like you can't get much better than Biogenic Ooze.
I don't know how big those oozes are, but they are not small.
Oh, don't forget to use that Garrick.
You are a top 8 drafter. Please come to the head judge table. Thank you.
I done tap 2 here. I don't know about you. Pump up my oozes. Or no, create oozes.
So it's 5 mana though.
It's 4, right?
No, it's
Green,
5.
green, green 1.
Oh, it is. All right. But it looks like he played the Kazandu Mammoth instead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I make.
Oh, I was confusing this ooze with the Tarmogoyf thing.
Oh no, this is like the original end of turn Uzo.
Right. Okay.
Man, I had that Tarmogoyf thing yesterday, and I wasn't a fan. I don't know. There was no CGA commander. But I was deciding between my 5 drops and my Rainbow Synergy deck. All right, more creatures.
No shortage of creatures on this battlefield.
I'm surprised Caleb just hasn't seen a creature on top of his deck with the.
Oh, there's a Llanowar. Does that count?
Yeah, with Vivian. With
Yeah,
Vivian, he
Vivian.
can just play creatures on the top of his
Right.
deck, right?
Do we have a Lethal Ballista yet?
I think we do.
That's a lot of
Oh
mana.
my
I don't know what
God.
else it would be for. I think Garrett's taking this game.
I think we did it. We
There it is.
got there. It's a gigantic walking ballista.
All right, game 1.
Garrett is going to take a Titanic game 1 away from Caleb here. This is
That was with Caleb starting on Ragavan and connecting multiple
yeah,
times.
turn 1 Ragavan and never slowed down. Just had something like every turn, seemingly.
Both players played a lot of very strong cards.
Yeah.
We really saw we saw basically every card Garrett has.
What you saw there was a game of Cube. Of
Yeah.
all caps, Cube.
that was a really nice game. No one can complain about getting screwed there. Everyone did what they came to do.
All caps, maybe with multiple U's. And we found out that Sylvan Library is better than Elishnorn.
Yeah, that Sylvan took down when it was 2 mana worth of card drawing to 9 mana worth of card drawing with Ragavan, Chandra, and Coercive Portal.
Yeah.
The 2 mana took it down.
Yep. It's math. That's how it mathed out.
Not to take any credit away from Titan of Industry.
Right, yeah. A decent Magic card, Titan of Industry.
Titan of Industry is a real one.
I've never cast it myself, but
it's a pleasure.
It seems quite good.
That card I would say overperforms whatever you're expecting most of the time.
Any sideboarding speculations you got on what
Haven't
they
considered
have?
it.
There's an upheaval in
Garrett
in Garrett's sideboard.
He has
That's
access
exciting.
to lose focus if he wants to counter some of this stuff. And yeah, upheaval would be a fun one to bring in. I would not mind seeing what that would do to this matchup.
What's Boon of the Wish Giver?
That is 6 mana draw 4 or 1 mana cycle.
Oh man, I love that card.
Well, he can have it if he wants.
Why wouldn't you play that? Cycles.
Every mana can matter.
Yes, it's true.
He could side in Liege of the Tangle somehow. Or Champion of Ronus to put the Liege of the Tangle into play.
Cheated out there. I don't know if I like that against Caleb's deck. He's got
a lot of ways to kill a 3/3.
Yeah.
Wild Call, do you like that one?
Is that like
Manifest and put X counters on it in case he needs more expensive cards. They can also be cheap. He has a Liquimetal Torque if he wants to accelerate a little bit and allow his Titan of Industry to destroy a Planeswalker.
Yeah. He's got what?
Liquimetal Torque.
Ooh.
He can make any card, including Karn or Elishnorn, an artifact for purposes of Titan of Industry. If he wants to try to,
Do you
set
consider
up a little
Spellsky
combo.
here?
Let's see. What did he see from Caleb? He saw Sky Sovereign. He saw Chandra. It eats an activation and dies.
Mm-hmm. He didn't see Plow. He didn't see Solitude, right?
Right.
So, let's check out Caleb. What do you think? What do you think we got on his side?
Caleb's deck's perfect. He's not going to touch anything.
Yeah.
He has a Valky in his sideboard. That's interesting. I don't know that he can cast it very easily, but
Rumcloak Giant.
he also has Basalt Monolith in his sideboard if he thinks this is just about getting to his top end fast. He has Garruk Unleashed in his sideboard. You as the Garruk expert, I trust to know which one that is.
He's got what?
Garruk Unleashed.
That's the black-green one, I think. No, wait. I don't know.
No, that's Apex Hunter.
Yeah, you're right.
This
I don't
is
know.
a mono green one. He has
I guess I'm not the Garruk expert you'd think of.
Apex Altasaur if he wants more big stuff. Do you know what that one does? It's very
yes.
expensive in green.
Yeah, it fights something
fights.
And then it takes damage. It fights again.
Yeah, that would have things that it could fight here. He could bring in a big Chandra if he wants. He has a lot of options.
Caleb is running an island because he deck errored. So I don't think it's actually an
No,
island.
he's not actually playing it. You could bring in Realm Cloak Giant.
All right, we got a turn 1 Ragavan again.
Versus Hapland. Which one's better?
I like the Ragavan.
Okay.
Breeding Pool. That's the exact same thing happened last time.
It's Hapland for Caleb.
I think that happened last time too. Are we just watching the first game again, Mike? Check.
Are we in a time loop?
Mike, check it out. I think you just replayed the first game.
Walking Ballista will take down Ragavan.
All right, that's
not
something
Caleb.
different. Okay. All right. We're definitely in game 2 here. I'll never question you again. All right.
Sylvan Caryatid. Why even kill the Ragavan? You can just,
No play from Caleb turn 3. Despite having 4 mana.
might have patched with some removal, and then Caryatid said no to that. Caleb's on 5 and passing. Caleb's hand must be just all answers.
Solitude, you think?
I mean, Caleb's going to keep Ragavan anything, so...
Yeah. So you can get Ragavan mana floated right out?
Biogenic Ooze. He has to have... All right, Swords to Plowshare is at the ready, but...
Shows him with swords. Comes to play with a 2/2.
And Caleb decides not to use the swords. What answer are we going to see instead? Is this... Did he bring in the big Chandra? Is that what we're going to see here? Yes, that is exactly it. He sighted in Chandra and has it to kill uses.
All right, Chandra Flamecaller in play. We've seen him bring it in previously. That was a that was a minus X to deal X damage to each creature.
Yeah.
You know, reader. This Chandra is serious good.
Your answer, a 1 loyalty Chandra. His deck is
Caleb's
not...
deck is so good, this card was in his sideboard.
Or that was the deck rage issue.
Oh, maybe that is what he did. Forgot to record the Chandra.
We have Garruk making
Caleb's deck was so good, he felt bad about regging all the cards in his deck.
Rip apart on the wolf, and now Chandra is presumably taking down the Garruk. and doing some damage to Garrett.
Yep, he's gonna swing in with 2 3/1s, knock Garrett down to 15,
And Garrett down to 0.
and then a big ol' ever-flowing chalice for 2.
Looks like Garrett drew the reality chip, I think. Not really relevant here.
He needs a Sylvan Library quick. That's all. That's what I'll say.
I would say he needs something that threatens the Chandra. There's a Hydra as a 4/5.
Yep.
That will threaten the Chandra, but not the Sword Splashers.
Hydra
Sword
doing its
Splashers,
best
not really worried
Urnham
about
Jin
that.
impression.
It's a good impression. Doesn't have to give anything Forest Walk, but does get swords.
Yeah. Should play around it.
And now we see Karn.
Big old Karn.
I do not like Garrett's chances. I think
Karn
we're going to
Van.
be seeing a third game here.
Yeah. Now the advantage being.
What do you think Garrett needs to have happen here?
Kel's gonna discard his hand and draw that many cards +1. A great thing in a ramp deck, I'll tell you.
Is Sylvan going to save him?
We'll
Looks
find
like
out.
he found it.
Well, it put it together last time. We're gonna see what happens.
I like Karn's Sylvan
What if
Library
Caleb just
matchup.
bins the Karn just to get rid of the Sylvan, just to send a message?
Nope, Karn's going up.
Nope.
See
Exile
if he
something.
regrets it. I don't think he will.
Gonna put a Findorn Elves underneath.
And
He's
we see
gonna-
another Chandra.
Cast that Chandra. What do you feel? How do you feel about that?
The change
When
to the legend rule.
Yeah, when people have 2 Chandras in play, does that feel
Well,
right
how
to
do you feel about alternate timelines? These are different
I
universe
hate them.
Chandras.
I hate them.
I think I'm kind of broadly confused. I mean, so how do you feel about the same thing but with legendary creatures? Like if you have, Dominaria Wrath and Dominaria United Wrath,
I don't like it. I don't like it. They should only, if
they
it's a
should have-
legendary
they
creature,
creature type
should
names
just have a
like the
creature type
Planeswalkers.
name, and they shouldn't be able to. I mean, you could interpret the Planeswalkers as like basically based on their loyalty. They're like, oh well, you paid me more. I'm gonna bring some more skills to the table. Chandra is like, okay, yeah, I'll help you out in this way as well. Yeah, that was a mauling.
Yeah, sorry we missed the end of that game while we were
Yeah.
discussing.
There were too many
Legends
things
flavor.
happen. I couldn't keep track
There was-
anymore. I just decided to talk about rules of the game that will never change.
I think this was to avoid trying to come up with a series of events that could lead to Garrett winning.
Yeah.
Likely because such a series did not exist.
Especially after getting
Double
card
Chandra.
rained. All right. Game 3, the big. Can Garrett pull off a miracle again? Really put it together.
Game
like that.
2 showed why I think he's in a hard spot.
Yeah, that was the Carnivan loading up and traveling to.
And that was
distant
with
lands.
Caleb doing nothing on turn 2, 3, 4, or whatever.
Yeah, just past turn 4 with 4 mana. Caleb
Now
looks like
imagine if
he,
Caleb had just been casting spells on those turns.
yeah. Well, he was hoping that Regavan would. Got Mazel Tovs from John Brostoff out on the floor. I find it somebody. Maybe it was probably advancing to the top 8. I'm surprised at the amount of sideboarding after the first game, but
Yep.
going first is huge in the ramp mirror, though, too. Be
Makes Ragavan considerably less likely to connect.
it's true.
Also, maybe Caleb won't draw Ragavan for a change.
Yeah, maybe he won't turn one Ragavan. You got to think long and hard in your sideboarding on that last game. That's going to make it happen, though. This is
You
it's
gotta
a
make
big
sure
game.
they're presenting the best deck they can.
If you are a part of the top 8
It's one
drafters,
game to determine who gets to
please go
play the
see
vintage cube
Justin
draft.
Parnell over in the feature match
Be
area.
potentially become the first ever CubeCon champion. You know, your name will go down in history. CubeCon 50, they'll look back at you and be like, "Look at this guy. Look at his awesome deck."
Do you have a cube?
I don't. I think I might put a pre-modern cube together at some point, just because I've been so into pre-modern lately,
I would
I
like,
love the cards.
Yeah, so this event had the like old border foil cube, but
Mhm.
I would really like an actual pre-modern cube. I think that
Yeah.
the new cards in that cube I felt really changed things. I think they were generally stronger than the old cards.
Yeah, I don't think they match up well
Yeah.
with like what was going on then, and it's also like you play it for nostalgia, and I don't know how much nostalgia you get from a lot of the old border reprints.
Yeah.
Also, like I've seen some pre-modern cubes out there. They almost always like throw in things like Soul Ring and like cards like from
Right.
before pre-modern.
You want it to be cards
And
that are actually in the pre-modern format.
I want to be actual, like, you know.
Right. The other thing about the foil cube is since every card had to be foil, there were a lot of like pre-modern staples that weren't in the cube because there aren't foil versions.
Yeah, that's true. Like no Phyrexian Devourer, you know, what
Dreadnought.
or Dreadnought.
Yeah. And no land tax, no scroll rack.
Yep.
And I mean, I don't even like maybe foils exist of some of those now. I'm not sure, but there were a lot of pre-modern staples that were not included.
I think there's a foil land tax because they've reprinted it, but not old border. I don't think they did. I don't think they did old border of anything that already existed.
I know that like scroll rack is in the list. Can you get a foil one there?
A foil old border one?
Yeah, from the list because the one in the list is the old border.
No, you can't get foil list cards.
Okay.
There's no. Did they do a judge scroll rack at some point that was like old border? Maybe I don't know.
No idea.
Sometimes that exists.
Oh, and the foil Mox Diamond isn't old border, so that's why that's not it.
There won't be any foils in my pre-modern cube. Maybe some gold borders. Keep it real.
You got to make it look like playing a pre-modern event.
Right.
Yeah, I think you would be a great person to build a pre-modern cube.
Yeah, I've never really built a cube.
Really?
It's like one of those things.
Wow, you got
that
if you're hosting a CubeCon and you've never built
I know,
a cube, you need
right?
to get that off your bucket list.
Yeah, and I've thought about building them like countless times. Like honestly, we're talking about pre-modern. I talked about doing a pre-modern cube like 10 years ago. I was like, I should just do all old border
like
cards.
A box of stuff to build pre-modern decks with, right? You just need to sleeve it up and you're good to go.
Yeah, basically, it would be the easiest cube ever to build. I just have to go through my pre-modern cards, just
take
pull
one
every
and sleeve them.
every fun card.
But then you just won't be able to build any more pre-modern decks. You'll be missing one of every card for every deck.
Don't tell the people at CubeCon I've never built a cube, though.
This is just for you, viewers.
It's bad enough to chat. They're probably chatting their friend. It's gonna spread. This can turn bad. I might need help getting out of the venue.
You just need to promise to put it together as soon as possible.
Exactly.
All right. So Wednesday at your store, pre-modern cube draft.
Okay. I'm not sure if our pre-modern night's Wednesday or Thursday now. They were talking about moving to Thursday.
I thought your cube draft was on Wednesdays.
Yeah, our cube draft. No, our cube draft. That's what I meant. I misspoke. No, Eleusis is John Turtle's cube. I had no part in this. All right, Garrett is starting up with a wild growth on his forest, And Caleb's going to respond with his own mana acceleration out of a land or elf.
We have a Kazandu Mammoth.
Kazandu Mammoth, turn 2. A nice landfall creature that can get in some good damage.
Caleb has a Nature's Lore.
Can get a Jetmir's Garden if he chooses. Or a Temple Garden. Might even have a Stun Garden. He's going for the Garden. And
an Arid Mesa.
Arid Mesa.
If Caleb had a Kazandu Mammoth in play, it would be coming in for a lot.
Yeah.
Just
so probably no 2-drops out of
what land is that?
It's shoot. Looks like a forest. It's a forest.
Okay.
So Garrett's stuck on nothing but green mana here.
Yeah, but mostly green spells.
What's
Just to
happening?
maximize the glare on that forest. Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
I can get him blue mana if he needs it, presumably. Give him a lot of looks for it.
I would have cast that turn 1 before I played any spells.
That's an unusual play, but I can believe it. He finds a breeding pool.
I don't see once upon a time enough in cubes, I think. I don't know. Or is it always in there and I just never see it? Because people take it before I see it.
Well, it's these days cubes aren't just the best cards, so it doesn't fit in a lot of themes.
Yeah. I mean, it fits the theme of finding a really awesome creature or fixing your mana.
Sure.
It fits the classic theme of impulse in green. It kind of is a theme. There's like a lot of, like all those weird, like that impulse for dinosaurs card.
I mean,
This
green
is
kind of had the original with natural selection.
Yeah. Caleb's going to find his Vivian, put a 3/3 into play with an ability I will let you know about.
I'm just assuming it's Vigilance.
Yeah. It's Vigilance Reach or
Trample. Noble Hierarch land, so we have a big mammoth. So Caleb's going to have to lose a permanent here if Garrett attacks.
He's going to swing for 5, kill an elephant.
Assume that was attacking Vivian, but whatever. The elephant's dead regardless. Yeah. And the reality chip comes down.
Little chip damage. All right.
This is going to be another Rip Apart.
See what?
Nope, that doesn't cast Rip Apart. That's green mana.
That is a volcanic hammer of 3 kingdoms ancestry.
That's a sorcery speed lightning bolt for 2 mana.
I don't know what it's called. Fire ambush.
Yeah.
Fiery ambush. Fire ambush.
You're close. It's something like that.
And another 3/3.
Yeah, fire ambush. That's a weird one to see in a cube like this.
Yeah. That's
there are a lot of better burn
just
spells.
Has a fiery ambush and wants to show it off.
Yeah. That over incinerate, for example.
Or maybe they just really love 3 damage sorceries. Maybe they got them all. They got the hammer, fire ambush.
They're not all in here. But maybe incinerate's too strong. I don't know.
All right, Titan of Industry coming down.
Speaking of too strong.
It's going to make a 4/4.
And a shield counter on the Titan.
Shield counter.
Hoping for no Karn or Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah. Caleb's only got 2.
Or Solitude.
Can you choose? You can't choose the same mode twice, right? You can't just get 2 4/4s, right?
No. Got to be different. So, I mean, there was not really another option here. He could have put a shield counter on something else if he wanted, I think. Yeah, it puts a shield counter anywhere.
I believe exile does get shield counters destroy something or stop things from being destroyed, right?
Yeah, destroy only.
So-
Exile will just get
yeah.
it right out.
Claw would
Yeah, Caleb has 3 ways that I can think of off the top of my head to exile it. So
but not really a better option, right? For him to like
if you can't exile, oh, you mean for the shield counter? Well, I mean, if you're worried about one of those, you could just put it on the reality chip or something to save it from like a rip apart.
that's true.
Like this is kind of all the eggs in one basket.
Because it's 4/4 naturalize or
Gain 4.
or gain 4.
He doesn't really need to gain 4 here.
No.
That's not what this game's about. Attacking with the 3/3 vigilance into a 4/4 and a 7/7 shield.
Looks a little fishy. So
Blocks
gone with
with
his
the
4/4. I was bluffing. He got me.
Caleb's gonna Sword Supply shares the 7/7. Garrett's gonna go to 25. And Caleb's gonna. Oh,
He's
he
wrathing.
brought in the Realm Cloak Giant. That
Oh, he had to do that because otherwise he gets to keep a 7/7 run.
so
Notice.
it all would have gone the same. So Caleb was gonna have to swords whatever the shield counter is on. So putting it on the 7/7 worked out best because he gained the most life.
Right.
And the Realm Cloak Giant is a pretty real threat here.
For sure.
Caleb can minus the Vivian and cast the Realm Cloak Giant and go find a friend like a Glorybringer. If he has 1 more mana. He does have the 1 more mana. but
Caleb's
he's
going to look
playing
at the top of
Elspeth.
his deck anytime he wants, right?
I think so.
I didn't see him do it there, so I was,
He has
I guess he has
Elspeth.
Elspeth, yeah.
What's better than that?
Nothing better in my deck than this. Glorybringer, always Glorybringer.
It is really looking bad for Garrett.
Yeah, this is a board presence, we'll say.
And his threats are really well diversified. 2 different planeswalkers, a lot of creatures, the Realm Cloak Giant still on the adventure, plenty of mana.
9 power of creatures in play.
I think we're on the. Can you think of a sequence that makes this even close for Garrett? Treachery is doing nothing.
Yeah. I don't.
How about a Duskwatch Recruiter?
There we go. That's all we need. It's like, I think I saw Biogenic Ooze off that Recruiter.
You know, it doesn't impress me on this board.
Biogenic Ooze.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh no, it's a Voracious Hydra.
Well, that can kill a creature potentially.
Not this turn though.
No, in the future. Caleb did look at the top of his deck there, so he knows about that ability.
I wouldn't assume he doesn't.
Yeah. Is this Elspeth? Oh, that's the counters on the Vivian. I just wonder if
Caleb didn't look at the top because he thought it might give a tell to Garrett.
So he minused to cast Glorybringer and find Lelia.
It's going to be an attack of considerable power.
Yeah, things are happening.
Is he exerting?
Does it matter?
It's going to
What's it to
exile
ya?
a Burst Lightning.
Okay, well, that can kill the Duskwatch.
Yeah,
Or just go upstairs. Nope, Duskwatch dead.
Puts a token on the old.
Or he just ticked down 2. It looks like that was an exert, maybe? And then the
Yeah,
Burst Lightning
I think he did exert it. It's like the only creature in Garrett's deck that Glorybringer has. It's relevant at this point. So that's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 17 damage coming in.
I counted 16, but
Oh yeah, it's 7,
yeah, it's
6,
16.
9,
It's 16.
13, 16. Yeah.
All right, Caleb
All
takes
right,
it out.
Caleb Durward is your champion of this pod. Conquered the
Does that mean we're going to get to see him again in the top 8 draft?
The Eleusis Cube. He will be in the top 8 draft. He's going to get another shot drafting the Vintage Cube.
This will be his second time drafting a Vintage Cube, right?
Yeah, he has like all the experience on this cube. Nobody else in the room except for 5 people besides him have actually drafted that cube.
Unless you just count drafting Vintage Cube in general.
Yeah, or like any side drafts that happened, or you know, Gwen Decker's play group. All right, maybe everybody knows what's in it, and it's pretty close to the actual Vintage Cube, so should be familiar ground for
My
a lot
money's
of the
still on
people
Caleb
here.
to take it all home, though.
Mine too, because Caleb's so good. He's just so good at Magic. He's such a joy to watch. So I'm excited to see what happens at top 8 with him. And that wraps up our top 8. It's Sam, thanks for coming and
thanks for having me.
Commentating on things. We hope you like those 3 matches. We'll be coming right back real soon with Justin Parnell and John Brostoff. Oh wait,
John's in for a summary.
Oh,
John,
come on in. Let's talk about the Eleusis Cube and what you saw there. So Caleb apparently has drafted your cube a lot. When it was on MTGO, he said he grinded that out when it was legal. So I heard that he has a lot of experience, and this is the kind of thing he really liked doing in your cube.
Very good. That's great. Yeah, there was a version of the cube on Modo. I branded it as the Cultic Cube a couple of years ago.
Okay. You would have known this is the Cultic Cube.
Yeah, so that's super cool that he had some experience going in. So he went in with some strong picks that put him in. I mean, he had that awesome white removal, and then boy, he started taking green cards and red cards. He was Naya. That was super cool. And like we were talking about earlier, it's sort of rare to see Naya 3-0 the cube. So very impressive.
Yeah, it's just so many heavy hitters in this deck. Sika's Chariot, Elspeth, Karn, Ragavan, Vivian, Sky Sovereign, Coercive Portal, Glorybringer, Layla. It just goes on and on. He has 10 just amazing Solitude, Swords of Plowshares, Elishnorn.
Yeah, very cool. And it was super interesting to see Esika in the deck, or Esika in the deck, because he hadn't drafted around that card, but still, what a
there were 12 cards in this deck. They're just complete nightmares if they just stay in play.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, I really love in the environment sticky threats. In green, I try to push mid-range in green, but push mid-range way down the curve to the 3 and 4 mana slot.
Okay.
And because then I want those threats to be able to stay on the board. So they need to have flash or regeneration, or be something like a planeswalker that's going to sit there and accrue value for you. That's going to be difficult to interact with creature removal and so on.
So, and the big stuff, is that mostly in the other colors then? Or is there's a good amount of really big stuff?
There is big stuff in green, but you can push green further down the curve. And Caleb did an awesome job, I thought, drafting. I mean, he's got aggro pieces, mid-range pieces, and controlling, big boom pieces.
It felt like a lot of your ramp spells were also color fixing too. So it seemed like it encourages kind of this green deck that branches out in other colors.
Yeah, green is what is allowing you to do that. We've got some rocks. We don't have tons and tons of mana rocks in the environment, and often they don't fix. They tap for colorless mana.
Interesting.
And so I want green to be where it's at if you're trying to do a multicolored thing. I don't want to have a million signets, so you just jam.
Yeah. This was the first drafter that we've covered that's actually won their pod. So it's kind of like
Nice.
I guess I'm the good luck charm or
Yeah,
something. It's
very
like,
good.
that was fun to watch Caleb draft like just an amazing deck and
Yeah.
take people down with it.
Oh, super fun to watch. Great to
Nope.
see great cubers drafting the cube. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Well, this
Cool.
has been awesome. CubeCon.
CubeCon.
Yeah.
We've one more draft in CubeCon, which is a little sad, but
Well,
it's
don't tell
gonna
me
be-
that. One more draft. That's it. That's all we got left.
one more that we're running. Like, I mean, people will be drafting all night probably. I would assume,
Yeah.
like even if we're not gonna be able to tell them to stop.
No.
The bug is
No,
They got the
that's,
bug down.
that's what we've been doing. Boy,
Yeah.
we've had some late night drafts. It's been super cool. Yeah. Well, one
Yeah.
more. So we got the top 8 coming up. Caleb's a lock. Do we know anybody else who's locked yet?
I don't know. No, I haven't heard anything about who else has won their pod. I would love to see a list of names there.
I
If
heard tell that.
possible, Mike Hype, if you know
Yeah.
where we
We don't have a full list. I think Dan Schneider's in. I've heard.
Dan Schneider. Okay.
He's the mind behind the Devoid Cube,
Yeah.
which was one of our main event cubes that people super enjoy.
Yeah, I think he's been in the booth this weekend too.
Oh, he was. That's
I
right.
think.
Yeah.
We're looking at about 1:30 for the top 8 draft. So get ready for that.
Well, that's coming up soon. I'm
And,
super excited.
Yeah. It's about a half hour.
And
Will
it's
be
going to be powered
powered
vintage
Cube
powered cube.
for
Yeah.
the title, for CubeCon champion title.
CubeCon. CubeCon says J Bro.
John Brossoff.
Yeah.